Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. When I was a little bit lad, I wanted to borrow a knife, and now I'm old and all I want is Sadie to be my wife. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Trying to avoid singing it again. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Shady Grove, my little love, Shady Grove, I say. Shady Grove, my little love, I'm bound to go away. Well, I hope. You know, I got to do a workshop with him at the Gallagher down in Wartrace, Tennessee. And I should probably still just tell the story later, but I'm going to do it now because it seems fitting. I don't remember what year it was. It must have been like mid-90s. And across the railroad tracks, across the highway from Gallagher Guitars, is the Walking Horse Hotel. And we did the Gallagher Company with Don and the guys, they sponsored a workshop for Doc Watson, and of course Steve Kaufman and myself were there, and we're both the Gallagher guitar players, and of course it was all about Doc. You know, we were there as, I don't know, candelabras to the side of the main meal or something, I don't know. But it was really nice to sit right here and watch Doc right here play. That was like the second right hand of God sitting right there. And it was really fun. I learned a lot by listening to the questions from the audience and how he responded. And for me, Doc's tone on his right hand on the acoustic guitar, there's none any better. There are others that are different and just as good maybe, but Doc had that natural talent. He was blind, and he just had a feel that no one else has. And so after all the questions kind of died down, and I said, Doc, I said, I've got a question. He goes, yeah, what is it, son? I said, he called me son. I really like that. He said, I said, well, I noticed that, you know, I told him how much I appreciated his tone and his guitar work over the years as an acoustic guitar player. I said, but lately you've been plugging in, you know, making it pick up more sound. And I said, can you talk about that a little bit? He said, yeah. He says, the first time I saw him, I think I talked to you about it earlier at a festival in Ohio, they got about 1/3 into the first song and feedback came from everywhere. I mean, it was god-awful. And I just felt so bad for Doc and Merle and T. Michael that, you know, it was just, I was wondering if their ears were bleeding. It was so bad. And so Doc said, you know, I can't see to play. If I can't hear it, I can't play it. And he says, I'm really tired of feedback happening on my guitar. And he said that I realized early on that if I didn't take care of my hearing, I wouldn't be able to play. And he said people didn't show up to see me play. They came up to hear me play. They buy tickets. You guys come and buy tickets, you know. And he says, and I honor that. He said, but when I plug in, everybody can hear, and I don't have any feedback. Usually, I don't have any feedback. I don't know if any of you know what feedback is, but you hear that really strange raspy. Yeah, you know, please don't, because I value my hearing too. Yeah, you could. Yeah, and so he said, it's not my best tone, my guitar tone when I plug in. He said, but if they want to hear my best tone, they can buy my records. And that struck a nerve in me, and I thought, well, I'll show you in a minute. I plug in too, not on this one, but. You know, Doc was a good guy, and really, I remember seeing him a couple of different times. He didn't know me from Adam, but that's okay. I knew who he was, and so he inspired me to be a Gallagher guitar owner. And so as I said earlier, the Doc Watson over there, #1 guitar in my family anyway, it went with me all over the place. I played it in Europe and Canada and on stage at the Grand Ole Opry and little clubs in the middle of Texas, and I mean wherever it would go with me I went and played it in the bluegrass bands and things. And so Don Gallagher, I can't remember, what year is this one? This is 2008. So he probably came to me in 2006, and he said, Jim, I appreciate you playing Gallagher guitars over these years. He says you played them in a lot of different places, and he said, I know you play fingerstyle and you play flat pick. He said, we want to build you a guitar that'll do both of those. And I said, well, that's really nice. I appreciate that. I said, I don't know anything about it. He said, that's okay. I know how to build guitars. He said, but I want to put your name in it. And I said, really? So this is #1 Jim Hurst model Gallagher signature series, 2008. It's rosewood. It's rosewood back and sides and a ridge spruce top. It's a little bit of a slope shoulder, a little bit bigger here in the lower bout. And this one don't leave the house. I leave this one at the house, and I've used it in the studio a few times. And so I'll do a song that I wrote for my dear wife. And I don't write many for her because, well, I tried writing many for her. I'm still thinking about lyrics for this one. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be in Nashville. I wouldn't have 2 wonderful kids, and we wouldn't have 4 beautiful grandchildren. So I don't play, because of that is why I have this guitar in my hand. And so this is one I wrote for her. Her favorite flower is the daisies. And we had a little Maltese dog named Daisy. And her flowers in her bouquet at our wedding was, I love you guys. And so, trying to write a song for someone that's important to you like that, other than a gospel song, I think a gospel song, you have to be really careful about that too. So not being the most brilliant lyric writer, I came up with this melody. And I'll do this one for my wife, Judy. We'll be 41 years married this year. And so this is Daisies for Judy.